Good morning, students. This is Amudan from CT department. I am going to teach about how to identify and resolve hardware failure and issues. So lots of issues happen in hardware when we are using. So first one is check the hard drive. So if you have a problem with some system, means suppose signal not is in line, means you have to check the hard drive. So in hard drive you have to try to identify bad sectors. What are the bad sectors in hard drive? Run check disk. This is a command you have to run check disk. So using the command line prompt also you have to run the check disk command. Okay. So next one is checking the memory. So in hardware and peripheral means you have to check the memory, whether the memory disk space are correctly working. So if the memory is not working, means you have to face the hardware problems. So in the checking the memory means first is one is diagnose memory issues. Diagnose memory issues. Then system should be properly started. So you shut down all the system, then system should be start up once again. Next, scheduled memory diagnosis. So you have to diagnose the memory, you have to schedule the memory diagnosis. Next, memory diagnosis through Windows boot manager. There is a Windows boot manager is there. So you have to memory diagnosis through the Windows boot manager. Next, check the power supply, whether the power supply is currently working or not. So step mode SMPS, step mode power supply. The power down cable unplug. The first you have to unplug the power cable, then power shutdown, then you have to check the power supply, whether the SMPS are correctly working, whether the power supplies are passing the system correctly. The next, ensure that the power cords are working properly. Ensure that power cords are properly connected to the motherboard. Check the power cable is working or not. All the power cable and VGA cable are working properly. You have to check. Next, fixing the motherboard. Fixing the motherboard. So run the motherboard diagnosis software. So if you have a problem with motherboard, means you have to face the hardware problem. The next one is overheating. Check the cooling fan. Check the cooling fan, adding the fan extra. Check the adding the cooling fan extra. So you have to keep the certain level of temperature through the computer. Next, random shutdowns. You check RAM is correctly working or correctly seat up the slots. Next, seeking professional helpers. Seeking professional helpers. Okay, these are the steps to resolve the hardware problem. Thank you very much.